ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of That Range Life, a show sometimes about golf.
It's such a painful intro.
I'm like, we've done 132 of these.
More than that, right? 30. This is 34?
No, it's 33. I checked that today when I added something to the notes via the official Drive Range Heroes calendar.
Okay. Okay.
Somehow, you'd think at least there'd be some routine to open the show. You know, some habit. Still haven't hit a stride with it.
Yeah, no, it's better. It's better when we fumble over the intro.
Well, and I feel like you start, it's not like there's a big plan or whatever. Like, it really is. We just sit in my garage and go, okay, you ready? And
to your point earlier saying if it's polished, it's wrong.
Right.
Right.
Right. It's not us.
That's kind of the thing. I got to tell you, I'm tired, man.
Oh, my God.
It's been some days.
Not for the same reason. You've had like real life things. I just, my general brain and woes and what have you.
Sure.
I don't know why things happen, and I just feel a certain kind of way. And the recovery, like, it's kind of serious. Like, the recovery from it is so significant. And even now, like, I'm like, I felt all right all day, and I'm feeling a little weird now, but I'll live.
Yeah.
It's exhausting, getting old.
It sounds terrible.
And I keep saying to myself, like, am I actually in probably the best health I've been in like a million years? Well, since college hockey.
Sure.
That's probably not exactly true, but you get the point.
Close enough.
But even still, I'm like, oh, God, what's wrong now? And it sucks. Anyway, that's what you came for. Great. Positive start of the show.
Yeah.
Hey, 1,000 subscribers has happened. That's exciting, but, the wheels are in motion, as we've been saying. Keep telling your friends. Keep subscribing.
I mean, there's stuff right over my shoulder that could potentially be included. Viewers, listeners, welcome to the podcast, by the way. Subscribe and rate and review it. We've got some Bridgestone golf balls.
Yeah, but those aren't the ones that are going to be those.
No,
Let's be honest, those are your personal.
But those are for me. Yeah, those are for Chris McEwen's.
Sorry.
You can get those in the trees later. Probably in Michigan.
But sneak peek, there will be some Bridgestone golf balls in our contest.
That's true.
So that's happening soon. The wheel, like we told you, we needed some. Once we hit 1,000, the wheels would start. It'll take a little bit, but the contest is coming. I got this too. Here.
Oh, sweet.
Franken cups.
Interesting.
Franken cups.
Oh, green colored creme.
Shall we?
Milk chocolate with green. We shall.
Okay. So
I haven't had dessert yet.
We're a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup show.
Yeah.
And these are Halloween ones where they're half chocolate, half green, creme. They're all sticky because they've been in my pocket outside here. Go, still delightful.
Yep.
Can I tell you? I got two more. The clip you released of us berating Grant, I like when it cuts to me, I go,
why aren't you eating them? You're so sad. You look right at like, why aren't you eating them? Like, so.
It was like an honest, emotional, forlorn response.
And so was mine.
Just devastating. And then I'm like, he probably doesn't like Oberweis chocolate peanut butter ice cream.
Probably not.
Which is delightful.
Yeah.
Anyway. I don't really have much to talk about. I think I'm in a very much, it's not the end of our golf season by any means, but like golf's been going on.
It's winding down.
Again, we're hitting that, all the live PGA stuff is just tiring and exhausting. And then everybody telling us how we are allowed to enjoy golf and
pick a side. I don't really want to pick a side because I don't care. Both products are not great right now.
Yeah, I don't. There's no sides to. The side I pick is playing.
Yes,
nine holes before work with a single club and maybe you and Frank.
Right.
That's
100%.
That's my side.
Shout out to Frank.
Frank, what's up? We'll tell you this. I've played a little bit of golf since around at Maple Meadows we ranted about, and
yeah.
The putting that day broke me. I am broken. I cannot putt now. No, like I don't. And as I said, is it a stroke thing? I don't know, but like putting stroke's pretty good. I'm fine on the practice green. It's not like I'm getting yippy.
Yeah. Is it a speed thing? Is it a pace thing?
All of it. Like I have no idea how hard to hit the ball. I go, that's just fine, and I'm pulling 7 feet short. So 3 putts to me right now are good. And I've always been a player. I'm like, hey, if I'm on the putting surface,
Right.
I should two putt. I feel like I'm not telling you I'm a tour level putter by any means. Like I'm fairly confident in my ability to two putt. And now it's like, if I'm outside of 35 feet, three putts easily in play. So it broke me. And I don't even feel bad about it. That it happened because you were there that day putting on the surface of the moon. And
Yes.
the ball just shooting all, it was just hoping at best.
Super
so now,
random, weird bounces and spins and yeah.
Yeah, so it's been pretty miserable
That's-
from a putting perspective. And I was playing well, and then I played the Preserve at Oak Meadows last Friday. And
Oh yeah.
I did not play well.
That thing, if you're not ball striking, it'll get you. And if you're not putting well either. Ooh, God.
I was no striking. It was no striking. And then somehow I put I had a nice birdie on the last hole that I didn't deserve, and I think about it.
That short downhill par 4.
Yeah, it's
Shortish.
medium length
Yeah.
and trees that stick out on the
Sure.
right, and
That's usually where I go.
I don't really remember how we think about it, like how I even got. I don't like my tee shot wasn't anything special, but it is in play, and then I got.
So you talk about those trees, like, yeah, okay, let's say the fairway's 50 yards wide. It's really, you only have like a 20-yard wide landing zone. Otherwise, you're going to be navigating either that tree that's right next to the green if you're on the right side, right? Or the left, you're going to have to shoot under those trees that hang over it.
Right, but
That hole could
you have those trees that like cut into the fairway. So if you're in the fairway on the right hand side, you're blocked out by those trees. It's a nightmare.
Right.
But I did something, hit the green, and then made it was another day where I probably had 34 putts going into the hole, and apparently now I can make 35 footers for birdie or whatever.
Also a small green, so you were probably that's a small green. You were probably almost on the fringe.
Yeah,
In some spots.
it wasn't in a good place, but
Yeah.
whatever, it worked. So yeah, I went from playing some really, really good golf to not good golf, but that's I think the story of a swing change. And as we've talked about, the after work Friday rounds, it's just the brain's not there, the body's not there.
It's tough to unplug. It's true. I'm going to try to do, my own little golf-palooza this week.
Was that this week?
Yep.
Last week you were actually doing dad things. Now that
So I didn't play at all last week or this past weekend. I took the boy down to Birmingham, Alabama, moved him into his college apartment. By the way, I don't know if you probably didn't see the pictures of his apartment. Man, college apartments these days, they are a thing, man. They are a thing.
in a good way.
Yeah, so his is a 4-bedroom apartment. Each bedroom has its own bathroom, full bathroom. Furnished. And then his apartment, I think it's on the third. I think it's 5 floors. The third floor is like cut on both sides, so it kind of goes like this, right?
Okay,
Like an inverted T almost.
got it.
And so on both sides of the third floor, in between the apartments, on one side there's just like a big open space with hammocks and a gym on one side and a game room on the other, and like state-of-the-art gym, not like
Right.
bullshit gym, like it's legit gym. It's even got the grass on the outside where you can push the weights and flip tires or whatever. They have garage doors on both so that they can have it open air. And then the other side is like a pool.
With pool.
Like a pool, yeah. Well, not a pool. There's one small pool. And then the newest trend, I don't know if you've seen this, is like a 10-inch deep pool where you can just sit in it.
I mean,
It doesn't go up to your shoulder. You just sit and
sounds
relax.
odd to me, but who am I to
Yeah,
say?
it's like a new thing. I don't know, but yeah. So he's got that, and his is technically off campus. So, we walked over to Good People Brewing.
Okay.
Fantastic brewery.
Okay.
Really enjoyable. Great outdoor space. Really good beer. We had one of their hazy IPAs that we just fell in love with. I brought some home. They're already gone. They also had like some farm ales, like kind of the sour farm ales,
yeah.
bottled. Very nice. Anyways, you can walk over there, or you can walk the other direction, 10 minutes to the campus. So, So yeah, drove down there Wednesday, moved them in Thursday, drove back Friday, started preparing for the house project and for my wife to leave the country to head to Europe for the week. And so right now my house is in shambles. They're replacing all the baseboards.
Oof.
So I had to move all the furniture. I mean, you saw my apartment's not big. There's nowhere I can put furniture. I don't have a garage or anything. So we just had to push it all into the middle of each room, and it's just chaos, just absolute chaos.
No, don't envy that.
So I did that. Then today, you know, the contractor shows up and materials show up, and I got to get those guys set up. In the meantime, I'm moving my dog and I into my mother-in-law's apartment that's roughly 2 blocks away. So lots of walking back and forth. I think I did almost 20,000 steps today. So yeah, man, it's been a couple of days.
We're in great shape to do a show then, you and me.
Yeah.
All right.
But what's this Kankakee Elks thing you got here?
Okay, yeah, that was a couple of weeks ago. During my golf palooza, I woke up super early and drove down to Kankakee. I was trying to go with John Heisey, but he was carless, and there was
that's right. Yeah.
conversation of maybe I'd drive into the city, pick him up, but it wasn't so much the super early getting up and doing that got me. It's just on the back end, getting home in time with my family.
Yeah.
And so I woke up, like, I don't know, 4:30 p.m. the day before, but super early. Not really. That's an exaggeration. Yeah. And was pretty proud of myself how quick I got up and got going. And I think I was in the car 5 minutes to 5. Mm-hmm. Got down there at about, and I had a 6:50 tee time. And I got down there at like 6:20 or so. Went inside, went to the bathroom, and got my push cart together, ready to go. And wasn't hit balls on the driving range. Only had so much energy. Been golf-a-paloozing all week. I was tired. I was sore. And I'm going off as a single. Well, the 6:30 group, they're like, hey, you can go ahead if you want. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I appreciate it, whatever. And they're like, or you can just join up with us. I said, well, I've never played here before. So if you guys are cool with that, I wouldn't mind it. Be fine.
Yeah.
So I played with these guys, had a great time. First hole, it was pretty short. And if you read, Kankakee Elks is known for 7 billion trees. Won't cut any of them down. They need to. And we talked about Spring Valley Country Club up in Wisconsin by Langford and Moreau back in the day, and sort of a hidden gem. This is another one down south. Langford and Moreau, hidden gem, pretty untouched. Again, very cool. You can see like the cool Langford and Moreau green complexes where the greens themselves have shrunk, and all the because they're known for being giant football field kind of things that fall off the edges and whatever, but those are all gone, and a lot of postage stamp stuff. And I mean, there's areas where like a quarter of the complex was supposed to be a green, and it wasn't. And you can I would say to them, like, this is probably cut 25 feet in further than it used to be.
Yeah.
So anyway, I tee off with like a 4-iron, but just so tight, tired. I mean, I'm tired too. That's the other thing. Just, like dribble out some 4-iron into the junk, chasing my ball around. I end up, and it's elevated Langford green that you can't see, and you're just hoping to get a ball up there and do something. And I think I either bogeyed that hole or double bogeyed it. And the next hole, I bogeyed or double bogeyed. Either way, I was 3 over through 2 holes.
Okay.
I might have this wrong. I think the second one's a big par 5 that goes along 16. And if it's not the second hole, then it's definitely the third hole that does it. But it's got to be the second hole. Big, long par 5 that goes out, turns left. Again, too many giant old trees. And I just hit a terrible drive, like yanked left, Nightmare City, down the other hole. And the locals I'm playing with are going, and another guy hits over there. He goes, actually, the way to go at this point, he's like, don't go back. Just play down the 16th fairway and then go over. So I did that, roped a hybrid dead straight down this fairway, and I have to go up and over with an 8-iron from there. And I came up like just short on a Langford greens, up to the rafters of my garage here.
Yeah.
I can't remember if so then I bogeyed it when I really didn't deserve it. So I was pretty pleased with it. But from that point on, started waking up, coming along, and just played really, really well, all things considered. And I can't remember. It was one of the. I wasn't doing anything spectacular either. It was just pretty straightforward. And here I thought the putting was back, but the reality was I think I was just playing good enough golf where the putting.
You could make up for it?
Yeah, I had I think I had 27, 28 putts, something like that. But it was my game doing it, not my putting.
Right.
And it was on one of the actually I should say that the whole day I just hear these guys, and all these guys were okay, they were fine as players. There was a dad, his son, and their a good buddy of theirs.
Okay.
The dad was probably the best player, but he's retired, plays a lot, whatever. And a lot of comments like, "Whoa, man, the way you're hitting the ball, whatever." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm hitting the ball pretty well." But every shot seemed easy to me, no matter if it's a 4-iron, a 5-iron, a 6-iron, as the day went on. And I'm walking Langford and Moreau,
Yeah.
And I'm getting tired toward the end, and I was like, "Man, if you guys can get me home in 9 strokes here, I'll break 80." And so I have a par 4 and a par 5 ahead of me. So I'm like, all right, well, just got a par. I'm sorry, no, 2 par 4s. Finishes 2 par 4s. I got at least 1 bogey I can play with here, whatever.
Yeah.
And I just laced my tee shot on 17, million yards, should be an easy layup. I botched the shot, end up having a chip on 2 putt bogey. It's like, okay, well.
Now the pressure's on for real.
Well, at this point, I'm like, I'm over it. It is okay. 80's still fine. I got so early. I'm tired. Again, there's a 18. You can cut some trees, and so why not?
Yeah.
Cut the trees. I'm way down there. I have a nice little flip into the green, and I think, oh God, I just went over. It's gonna fall off the back. Then it's gonna roll on the cart path over by the meeting place that is.
Right.
And the guy's like, "Oh no, you're good." And sure enough, there's a nice hidden Langford ridge, and my ball's on the green. I have like a 14, 15 foot putt, 2 putt par. I was like, "Oh, look at me."
Nice.
But at one of the par 3s, again, big Langford green complex, where you can't really see what's happening on it, even though the hole's fairly flat. 142 yards or so, hit a 9-iron and I just pull it a little bit, but it was good swing, good strike. I wasn't mad at what happened. It was just a little bit, just off the green. And as I hit the ball, and it's going on its line before the draw starts, the one guy behind me goes, one of the younger guys goes, "His contact is just so good." And in my head, it's like, oh, that feels so good to hear someone say.
Yeah,
and you
man.
feel like that impressed. Sir, what you don't know. But
Just take the compliment.
Well, and to that day, it's like I wasn't batting the ball around and then finding one of those every now and then. It's like that's how I was hitting the ball that day.
I mean, when you shoot an 80 or 79, that's kind of what happens. That's what it sounds like.
But just to hear someone behind you, a stranger, his contact is just so good.
That's awesome.
It's like, yeah, I'm an awesome golfer. I'm so good.
Just kind of strutting with your cart.
But Kankakee Elks, super cool.
Worth the drive?
And I want to play. John Heisey was trying to make a 36-hole day where you play there, and then you play Kankakee Country Club, which I think is might be an old Bendelow that I'm sure has been Dick Nugent and Bob Lomond at some point.
Yeah,
but
sure.
It's supposed to be more on the Kankakee River, I think. So you get the good views and what have you.
Yeah.
But it's worth. I would say it's worth the drive. I could see myself even in season. I played that round, teed off of those guys at 6:30. I was home here by noon.
Not bad. Yeah.
So as far as my familial impact, it's same as if we teed off at 8 a.m. here, whatever.
Right.
So, yeah, it was fun. Super cool course. If somebody come in there with a couple $1 million and said, "Hey, let's bring this thing back," it'd be a gem.
Yeah.
Little note: one of the guys, the older guy, the dad, he goes, "Yeah, there's a time I played." Because it's semi-private, they have members there. I played with another member who was, in his 80s or so, and he said he worked here as a kid, when they were planting all the trees. And they planted all these trees, and when they were done and looked at it, they went, we planted too many trees. And this is when they're little trees.
Yeah.
And, of course, as they all grew up, there are way too many trees there. And enough people know that. But, like, what ends up happening with all these courses, every prestigious club goes through it, too. The older generation, as at least the stories all seem to go, leave our trees, our sacred trees. And the younger groups and the younger supers come in and say, hey, we need to wipe them out. One, the course isn't playable. Two, it's not healthy for the grass and the tee boxes. And you could see it.
Sure.
There's too many trees and there's fried tee boxes, right? So they knew it then, and they ran into that problem. Sure enough, around the clubhouse, you do see the old aerials, and they don't have all the trees there. And I want to say this about it, though. My one criticism, it's like I said, it's a very blue-collar place, but very cheers, right? Everybody knows your name.
Sure.
That's kind of cool. I dig a lot of the things, and it is like an Elks Lodge. So they don't run their own, beverage service and whatnot. They rent it out to a company who comes in, and it's a weird cultural circus.
Yeah.
But their logo... Oh, the scorecard's in my office. Otherwise, I'd show you. Their logo is so good. It's some elk antlers, and it's great. And it'd just be so good on a hat. They do have it on polos, but the only hats they had just say the Elks.
Oh, really?
And I said to the guy in the pro shop, I'm like, you need to have that thing slapped on hats, especially because I know a lot of the area, fried egg, no laying up bros go, oh, Langford, gym in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
They're going to go and they're going to buy that merch. But I said that to the guy in a more polite way than this conversation. And I think he's just like, okay.
Okay, guy.
He's probably, get out of here, Chicago.
Go back to Chicago, exactly, yeah.
So it's cool. And interesting enough, one of the guys I was playing with, he's like, where do you live? Oh, I live in Glen Ellen. And he goes, oh, I got a buddy lives at a really good friend of mine lives in Wheaton. He plays like Rep IO had plays there all the time.
Really?
Well, you know where to find me. So yeah, that was fun. Well, you have been golfing. You're gonna have a lot of golf to talk about next week.
I can't even remember the last round of golf I played.
Did you watch any PGA Tour? Told you about this head thing, and I'm not sleeping well, and it's been a circus. So I was up, and I looked at the menu on the TV, and I said, oh, great. There's some sort of tour replay, Golf Central, and DP World Tour starting at 6 a.m.
Yeah, the Czech tournament, is it whatever
I'll
it was?
just let it flow into that. I didn't end up letting it flow into that because the PGA Tour is insufferable.
Yeah.
And Golf Central's insufferable.
Even more so, yeah.
DP World Tour I could have stung, but I just didn't make it that far. I didn't fall asleep, but I wasn't aware of it. I was just sort of in la la land. There's probably a sleep term for that. Wasn't with it, so I didn't soak anything in. But then I said, all right, well, actually, hey, the FedEx, I think it was BMWs.
Right.
I pay attention to that, see if Mark's pick wins or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of the golf because I don't care. So did you happen to watch any of it?
I did watch a little bit on Sunday, but I had too much life going on, so I didn't really have a chance to really absorb it. I know Mark's pick had to withdraw, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, how could he have known that?
Yeah.
But I think that's a good lead-in to this week's pick.
Let's hope.
It's the champion, the Tour Championship at East Lake.
Oh man, so Zalatoris withdrew. Will he be able to play this week?
I think he's fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
What did he withdraw for? I didn't even know.
Back. They showed him on a tee box getting
Well, that was him
doing the thing.
Okay,
Yeah, that was him.
All right.
Anyways.
So anyway, we got East Lake. I like East Lake, and I think, hey, I like watching the golf there. I might watch this one. Guess what? I'm not going to do. I bet you.
I thought the course. I don't know. I think it was Delaware Country Club, or I don't know the name of the course in Delaware. I thought that showed up pretty well too. It was pretty nice. Yeah, it was pretty nice. Although I guess today in East Lake, they got so much rain it was pouring into the media house. That'll be interesting to watch.
I could see that course not taking water too well.
Yeah. Anyways,
so
shall we throw it to Mark?
It's the season finale.
Yeah.
Of the PGA Tour, I think. So to Mark, who's our pick going to be to win this thing? Is Mark going to pick the winner of the tournament and FedEx?
No, just maybe.
Well, I guess in theory, but just the winner of the tournament.
Tournament winner. Yeah.
I'm not.
That's what the gamblers want.
I'm not a big gambling guy, so I have a hard time getting in that mindset. Okay, so Mark,
especially since Scheffler's starting with a 2-stroke lead or something.
Yeah.
Weird.
Great system.
Stupid.
And then let's go to a tour within the tour. It'll be great.
Right.
Mark, who's it going to be this week?
I'm just dipping and chunking. Chunking every time. It's just frustrating shit, you know?
Are the wings in here?
Hey, what's up, guys? This week, I'll be going with Alexander Schauffele. Right, moving else hot.
What did he say? Great? Did he say great googly moogly?
He said, "Good, Greg Norman. That's hot."
I don't know how to come back into that the right way though.
That's Mark's pick. That's Mark's pick. I gotta find a way to build good Greg Norman into my everyday life.
Greg Norman.
Good Greg Norman.
Oh God. Mark, good luck this week. I hope you get us all
good luck,
a winner.
everybody.
I hope we can keep this going. Even in the silly season. God, the silly season used to be like about 3 months or 3 weeks of tournaments. The silly season is 4 months long now.
I'll say the season is ending this week. It's August.
Good thing we moved the PGA to May.
Man. Yeah, and the Open to July. Anyways,
I hate it. I hate it all.
can we? What's everyone and everything has that dog in them?
Have you? I know there's
so many random.
The scenes lately of the internet, and he's got that dog in him. That guy's got that dog in him.
Oh yeah,
and I will tell you, there's a moment where the memes of it's like there's somebody's X-ray of like their knee, and there was like 3 pit bull faces, and it's kind of funny, but it got overplayed, and now it's just like, that guy that Will Zalatoris got that dog in him, and everybody's got that dog in them now. It's driving me crazy. Like it's either not a funny bit to hear of. Someone's doing they got that dog in them bit. Yeah. It's because it's funny that they're doing it. Right. Ha. Or they mean it.
They don't know that it's a meme.
Or they do and they're like, no, it's just something we all say now. It's like common vanilla. Like, oh my God, they got that dog in them. And I put the note in there. I mean, what, today? Maybe yesterday?
Yeah, that one just showed up. Yeah.
Because it's still happening all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, I got that dog in them. Okay, great. Man. Chris, I saw you. Man, you almost shot an 84, but you made a putt shot an 83. You got that dog in you, dude.
Right, yeah.
Dude, man, you got that dog in you. The memes of the X-rays with pitbull faces and what have you in them were funny for a minute.
Right.
I acknowledge it and accept it.
Right. We call that like jumping the shark. I think the kids what do the kids call it? It's like, it's played out.
I think,
yeah,
the kids gotta be calling it something cooler than played out. That's something we'd say.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got that dog in them. So I don't know, maybe we need to make some merch, some dog in it.
Just the knee with the dogs in it?
Or maybe...
not even the words, just...
Maybe for Mark's Gambling Corner, we'll make something about Mark has that dog in him. You're talking to me about random shit on here, which actually now that I realize this was take Robert down to school.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to talk about billboards.
So I just, when you're like, it was a 12-hour drive, give or take. And
it's not too bad.
No, it actually wasn't bad. And it's especially, by the way,
BT dubs.
So
I'll tell you what, one thing you learned on that ride, Roberto's got that dog in him.
So Bob drove separate because he does have the dog in him. And so I went down to Normal, swooped my daughter, and then we headed down together.
No, don't.
So Chicago.
Was there some time to grow up talks happening?
No, nothing.
Not on this trip. Not on this trip. It was
really good bonding. It was really fun. The whole trip was great. But Chicago, Normal, Birmingham, Normal, Chicago. In the free Prius.
For Prius.
Right, in the for Prius. $80 in gas.
Wow.
Round trip, $80, man. That thing, tell you what. tell you what.
I'm gonna tell you something.
I think it's awesome.
It's pretty good.
It's awesome. Yeah, I mean, we had to like you would stop because you're just tired of driving. You didn't have to stop for any other reason. You're just like, let's take a break.
Those double cheeseburgers at McDonald's aren't gonna eat themselves.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of which, I had my first bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle, I think it was, or something, in 15 years.
I've never had the McGriddle because it's like
I don't know if it was a McGriddle or not, but
I just don't need a pancake on my breakfast.
yeah, and I don't know the fast foods much anymore, so I was like, just give me a bacon, egg, and cheese thing. I used to love the croissant sandwich
at Burger King.
Yeah.
Oh, I still do. It's still.
Bomb. Is it still great?
That croissant sandwich has a dog in it. It has that dog in it. It's still so good.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Greg Norman.
I will go get that croissant sandwich. Relatively speaking, you aren't shedding the pounds like I am, eating it all the time.
Right.
But
right.
on a rate, like if I'm gonna splurge, that's one I'll go to. The Egg McMuffin's so good. But I want to throw this out there. If we can go back to our Taco Bell draft, maybe put a card in here for a hangout with Chris Koski.
Right.
There's a breakfast box for $5 at Taco Bell right now with some sort of breakfast burrito kind of thing going on, hash browns, whatever. Okay. And then of course they have like a perfect Baja Blast picture on the side of it to compliment. I saw it, I go, Sarah, I gotta get this. I haven't gotten it yet, but maybe you and I need to coordinate an early morning something where we're gonna go get. We'll do it. We have to play real early, right? So we're done because we should not eat that before we play.
God, we shouldn't eat it either way, but I will do it just
for content,
for the bit, yeah,
for the content.
Yeah. Anyways, when you're driving 12 hours, Bill.
Yep.
Your daughter's asleep in the passenger side because it's early in the morning, and
it's bad road companion.
Your mind will wander. You know, you set the cruise control at 75, and you're just going straight down 65, right? Just forever. I don't understand. A question for you, a question for viewers, listeners. Have you ever made a decision or a purchase of a product or a service because of a billboard?
I was gonna make a joke about a very localized product, but I'm like, that's not gonna land. The Brian Urlacher.
I was gonna say there's the famous local Brian Urlacher, and I couldn't even tell you the company. Do you know the company?
It's not hair plugs for men.
It's not hair. It's a hair replacement.
Yeah, what's funny
company.
Is I had a friend who did get it done with that service, and one of the perks was he got a signed Brian Urlacher football, but like this guy was a really good hockey player and like a thespian, was not into football. And so him like getting all excited about it on Facebook when it happened and talking about his Brian Urlacher autographed football was so funny because it just awkwardly
like
celebrated.
I got this thing, right, yeah. But like lawyers and what's the other one that I saw just a ton of, man?
Peter Geraci.
No, he does TV. He's not messing around with billboards.
No, you're right.
I mean, but yeah, I was just wondering, like, yeah, and they've been around forever. Obviously, billboards have been a thing forever. So
wait, I thought of one. 2. The wall drug billboards when you're going out west.
Different.
I agree.
Different.
Or like roadside fireworks stuff. Like, you know what? I could use some fireworks, and that is on. I will stop there. And I just thought of a third one as we were talking about it. JD's Liquors up. It's nearest Sand Valley, actually, and they have 2 of them, but the good one's in Mauston, Wisconsin.
Now, is that a billboard or is that an exit sign? Is that an exit? Like next exit?
2 billboards.
But it's not a next exit, like.
No.
Okay.
Billboards. I'm like, new, in-laws moved to a new area. I'm like, it's a new liquor store. I'll have to check it out, and it's pretty good. And I've gotten some nice bottles of bourbon at it and some nice adult soda. So
that did work.
But
the wall drug thing is different because it's like they start those signs in Minnesota or whatever.
It's a novelty.
You don't see it until Pier. Or
it's part of the experience,
God, I made
right?
that drive so many times.
Really?
I lived in Rapid City, South Dakota.
I forget this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look
So
at
I'd
you.
always go past Wall Drug. Corn Palace. You ever stop at the Corn
I
Palace?
didn't.
Yeah.
Do you know,
It's also a thing there
you
in
go to
South Dakota.
Wall Drug, all the things you can imagine to buy there, whatever.
Right.
I would have been 13 maybe, so not even in 8th grade.
Okay.
Going into 8th grade year maybe. I don't know, something like that. Go to Wall Drug. The one thing I bought that I was so excited about it was a book called Streets of Laredo by Larry McMurtry. You might go, what is that? And how did I know that? It is a sequel to the hit Western novel Lonesome Dove.
Is that right?
There's Streets of Laredo, and I forgot the third one. It's like Clouds something. And but I don't know why, but I was walking by this table and I saw the hardcover Streets of Laredo. I'm like, oh my God. And your parents are probably like, no, we're not going to buy you the bow and
It's a
arrow
book.
thing, whatever. I'm like, can I get this? And my
Yeah.
mom and dad are like, yeah, sure, this is great.
Right.
I don't know if I've ever read it. I know I read Lonesome Dove, which is like this.
Yeah,
thick,
that's a book.
7,000 times.
Yeah, that's a book.
And the made-for-TV movie is awesome. The book is awesome. Can't remember if I read Streets of Laredo, though.
Yeah.
But that was my big Wall Drug purchase.
All right. Yeah. So I'm just wondering if billboard. I mean, they must work. I guess. I don't know, man.
Here's
but
what
like,
you do. What crazy billboard have you seen that you bought something because of?
There you go. There you go.
There you go. Leave a comment down below.
It's gonna be
Or-
fireworks, 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 fireworks.
Right.
but like, are you hiring a lawyer based on a billboard that you saw? There were
Totally.
a lot of lawyer billboards, so it must work.
Yeah. It has to.
Real estate agents. That's the other one.
I did.
Tons of real estate agent billboards.
I did buy this house off of driving around on a billboard. You know, can you find my house in Glen Ellen? Sir, this is Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin. Oh, okay.
Anyways,
We golf showed. We sometimes
next
talk
week,
about billboard.
have you watched House of Dragons?
I want to talk about it. So, I saw everything.
God, you haven't.
No, well, it's bad. I saw everything firing up, and it was like, I'm like, oh, that's right. I'm a big Matt Smith guy. He's my favorite doctor. He's
Okay.
in Noel Gallagher videos.
Okay.
Big Matt Smith guy. Just can't wait because he's the Targaryen guy.
He's right. He's the brother.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped. So I go down and set the DVR on the TV. Not authorized to view the show. Canceled HBO. A while ago.
You don't have Max?
I don't have Max. We
Oh.
just at some point did it all. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the cord eventually, and then I'll figure this all out.
Yeah.
So I don't have HBO Max. So
We can
no
fix
HBO.
that. We can fix
Yeah, I don't want to cause any trouble. Or, I'm scared of it. But and that's you know how it goes with those shows. It's like
It's the day after. It's appointment television because the day after it's unavoidable.
well, the good news is because social media has gotten so brutal, as you know, I'm pretty good about not getting into
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. But I mean, when NPR and the New York Times and like everyone's doing recaps.
I'm not consuming that stuff either.
Oh, okay.
So I'm consuming like
What do you consume?
front page of Reddit, which is made this
That's
artwork.
healthy.
Oh no, it's so nothing. This happened with Russia and Ukraine today. Like
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay. That's it.
And then or like some hockey stuff comes up.
Okay.
Which
Well, I really need you to watch it
I do want to
because we need to discuss it.
I am
And I've got some great props for when we start to talk about
like props.
legit props.
Not like I'm giving you props.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Show
okay.
props.
Ooh.
Yeah.
For the garage?
For the garage shows.
Yes.
It's got to be garage shows.
We'll figure out something. Because that's the other thing I'm thinking, like, God,
And it's just Game of Thrones, man.
what?
It's back. It's
And
like Game of Thrones is back.
that is not an easy catch up, any Game of Thrones. Like, oh, I got a whole season of whatever.
Yeah, no. You can only take, right off the bat, like it's Game of Thrones. It's dark.
I saw.
It's brutal.
All right, so this is Game of Thrones spoiler more than anything. So I think it's fair to say if you don't have it a Game of Thrones at this point.
Oh, that's on you.
I saw someone did say to they're like, I have a real hard time watching any of it, not just being like, guys, Bran becomes the king at the end anyway. Don't worry about it.
Right. Right. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Right.
But it's also like they do just enough. So it's like 200 years before. 200 years.
I thought I saw 172.
172 before Daenerys was born.
And another line was, so you're going to tell me in 172 years none of their technology advanced?
Medicine? Maybe not. I don't know, man. It's like Middle Earth.
Well, and yeah, I was
Who
going to say, I feel like when magic and witchcraft are involved,
right.
all bets are off.
Right. Right. You got red witches running around.
We're talking about time travel possibly being real before the mics went hot. Right. For real. And we're worried about 172 years of technological
I love people
advance.
that do that. Like, that's so clever of you to point out that nothing's advanced for 100. Like, get off my internet, man. Get out of here. Such a
I just wouldn't have thought about it. Because I would have said
because
this
it's
is
a television show.
Fictitious
story.
Or is it?
Maybe not.
Maybe
Jon Snow's running around with us.
Oh my God, that'd be awesome. I'd be like, you're so short, but
I'd put my arm around and be like, we're going to be friends because we're the same height.
And you're gorgeous.
Also, lots in common with Jon Snow.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. I am watching it. I'll save it, but we did start a new show, even though because of this and I fell asleep and missed the end of it. I'm kind of upset, but we started a new show. I won't bring it up while the mics are hot, so in case we want to talk about it, because we're gonna run out of golf topics.
Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff. Don't you worry. I thought of another. I thought of another bit that we can add to the show.
I love a good bit. You know that.
Yeah.
I have the save section in the notes, and I added something to the save section today.
Okay.
I forgot what. We'll talk about it after. All right. Anyway.
By the way, I cut my hair off.
I saw. It's a shame because we have nice hair.
It's gone. Oh, it sucked.
I know how it feels.
It was flat and dead. And
when I wanted
no life or body.
When I wanted to buzz my head and I like go real short, and she's like, "No, you're a grown man." I said, "Okay."
Yeah, Zell talked me out. I was going to do the same thing. I was going to take a two guard to the whole thing and just call it a day and be done with it.
Good for her, Zell.
She's
we
like,
need
no.
women like you in our lives. All right. What do you plug some stuff, will you?
You know what? You know what this week is?
I do.
Tour Edge, Wingman 700 series. What's in the box?
It's getting a little. Speaking of the putting being broken, it's getting some consideration again.
Yeah. So that's gonna drop this week. It just dropped Tuesday.
Do we?
What else?
Have a video for you guys for the Wingman putter stuff.
Be a good one. We got to put that together here.
Fast.
Yeah.
Fast. What is there any other? Oh, there is another video that came out yesterday as we're recording.
On course.
Yeah.
Cobra LTDX review.
I think it's a good one.
It is a good one. It's got lots of hits on that guy.
Yeah.
Very popular so far in this short amount of time.
Check that out.
Yeah.
And folks over on the written website, it is Intern Grant Week. Intern Grant, thanks for joining. Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
I
didn't even invite him.
Why even bother? He's in Mount Prospect tonight with his lovely girlfriend, Katie.
Oh, okay.
She was here, and he drove her back there, and I go, "Oh, are you staying over there?" So I didn't even bother saying because we're doing a show.
Right.
What was I doing? Digging up more ancient city in my yard, a.k.a. flagstone this deep underground.
Oh.
Because I'm turning. We'll talk about this more maybe in a later show. But I've decided I'm leaning into a monarch / butterfly sanctuary in my yard. I'm giving back to nature. We'll talk about it.
Okay, great.
But I saw him and I said, it's Intern Grant Week. We have the Edison Wedge review.
That's right.
And the Putt View Yardage and Green Book review he did.
Nice.
So
I got to hit that guy. I got to hit Dave up.
Dave, is that Putt View?
Yeah.
All right, hit Dave up.
Yeah.
Go to jerryrangeheroes.com. You can check those things out. Okay, at Chris McEwen, where all the social medias are consumed. I'm Bill Bush at jerryrangeheroes.com, at Range Heroes, wherever you can follow. Don't forget, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified. Leave a comment, do us that favor, and tell your friends. Get them subscribed to that podcast. Leave a review, a ranking, do all the things.
Yeah.
Really, really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. We're back in the garage. Hopefully we'll be back in the garage next week. Let's see.